ever had that sensation of instant rapport with someone, as if you've known each other for lifetimes? Imagine a relationship that feels fated, a connection that transcends the mundane, that's steeped in lessons of love and personal growth. This, my friends, is the intriguing world of karmic relationships. Now, you might think, aha, a soulmate. But hold on. While a soulmate relationship is a beautiful connection, a karmic relationship dances to a slightly different tune. Sure, there's a powerful bond, but it's one knitted together with threads from past lives, often woven with unresolved issues. It's not always a harmonious symphony. Sometimes it's a stormy opera. So what's the purpose of these tumultuous connections? Well, they serve as our guides, our teachers. They push us, challenge us, and sometimes break us, only to help us grow at a soul level. They may not be the smoothest roads to travel, but they are the ones that lead us to the most profound transformations. But how do you know if you're in a karmic relationship? It's not as if there's a sign on your partner's forehead. Well, there are signs, invisible ones, intricately woven into the fabric of your relationship. It could be an instant connection that feels like a déjà vu, or it could be a dramatic roller coaster ride of emotions. Perhaps it's the red flags that you notice early on, or the constant frustration and misunderstandings that leave you feeling drained. You might find yourself unable to let go despite the unpleasantness, becoming emotionally consumed by the relationship. It's as if you're addicted to the highs and lows, the push and pull dynamics, the codependency. These relationships often mirror our deepest fears and bring out our darkest traits, revealing repetitive patterns of unresolved issues from our past. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards understanding the nature of karmic relationships. They are temporary, meant to teach us valuable lessons before they dissolve, leaving us with newfound wisdom and growth. So if you've ever wondered why some relationships seem more challenging and intense, it's time to delve into the signs of a karmic relationship. The universe has a mysterious way of bringing us together with certain individuals. But how do you recognize a karmic relationship? Well, the first sign is an instant connection. It's as if you've known the person for ages, even if you've just met. This feeling can be overwhelmingly positive, like the sense of coming home, or it can be daunting, stirring up unease or fear. It's like your souls are old friends, or perhaps old adversaries, meeting again in a new lifetime. Next, there's drama. Karmic relationships are often marked by intense, tumultuous interactions. These can spiral into toxicity that needs healing. Picture a roller coaster ride with thrilling highs and terrifying lows. This isn't your garden variety disagreement. No, it's the kind of drama that shakes you to your core and leaves you questioning everything. Then come the early warning signs. These are the red flags that hint at the relationship's potential for growth and learning. Perhaps you notice that your partner avoids responsibility or tends to overreact. Maybe you find yourself making excuses for their behavior. These are indications that there's something deeper at work in your relationship, something that will demand your attention and growth. Lastly, there's frustration and misunderstanding. In a karmic relationship, you often feel like you're speaking different languages. Miscommunications abound, leading to conflict and confusion. It's like you're dancing out of step with each other, constantly tripping over each other's feet. Yet, these missteps are not mistakes. They are opportunities for learning and growth, for understanding each other and yourselves on a deeper level. Each of these signs is a clue, a breadcrumb on the path of your karmic journey. They invite introspection and growth, urging you to confront the shadows in your relationship and within yourself. But remember, these signs are just the beginning. There's more to unearth about karmic relationships. As we continue our exploration, remember that karmic relationships aren't necessarily negative. They are teachers in disguise. Now let's delve into the next 4 signs that you might be in a karmic relationship. First up is unpleasantness. In a karmic relationship, you might find yourself unable to let go, despite experiencing negative feelings. It's like being stuck in a whirlwind of emotions that you can't quite comprehend. You want to leave, but something pulls you back, over and over again. It's a strange kind of magnetism that leaves you with a bitter taste, but you cannot seem to part ways. Next, we have addiction. This is when you become emotionally consumed by the relationship. It's a constant tug of war between your head and your heart. No matter how challenging the relationship gets, you find yourself drawn to it, almost like a moth to a flame. Thirdly, miscommunication is a common sign. Karmic relationships often involve frequent push and pull dynamics and misunderstandings. It's like you're speaking different languages, even though you're using the same words. You might feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells, trying to avoid the next argument. But somehow, it always finds a way to surface. Lastly, the sign of highs and lows. Karmic relationships are a roller coaster ride. One moment you're on top of the world, the next you're plummeting into the abyss. This inconsistency, these moments of perfection followed by downturns, are characteristic of a karmic connection. It's an emotional pendulum that swings from one extreme to another with little room for stability. These signs, while challenging, serve a purpose. They push you towards growth, towards understanding, and towards healing. They are the teachers disguised as trials. They are the lessons wrapped in love, or perhaps the love wrapped in lessons. Karmic relationships are complex, aren't they? But we're not done yet. Stay tuned for more. Scene script. Are you ready for more revelations about karmic relationships? Let's dive right into it with another sign. Repetitive patterns. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a loop, reliving the same highs and lows over and over again? This could be a sign of a karmic relationship. The patterns often mirror unresolved issues from past relationships or experiences, and they keep repeating until the lesson is learned and the cycle is broken. Next up, we have codependency. The intensity of a karmic relationship often leads to the partners becoming heavily reliant on each other. It might seem like a deeply interconnected bond at first, but this reliance can quickly turn into an unhealthy pattern where the partners seek constant validation and support from each other. Remember, a healthy relationship encourages individual growth alongside mutual growth. Now, let's talk about fear reflection. Karmic relationships have a knack for bringing our deepest fears and insecurities to the surface, particularly those related to love and relationships. This might feel uncomfortable, but it's part of the process. It's like holding up a mirror to your fears, forcing you to face them head on, and eventually overcome them. The last sign we're discussing today is bringing out negativity. Karmic relationships can sometimes cause negative traits and behaviors to emerge, especially those connected to unresolved issues. You might find yourself reacting in ways you never thought you would, driven by the intense dynamics of the relationship. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, as it provides an opportunity to acknowledge these traits and work on transforming them. As we uncover these signs, it becomes clear that karmic relationships are intense. But what happens when they become too intense? Istipai. In the final part of our exploration, let's discuss the signs that a karmic relationship might be taking a toll on you. Exhaustion is a common sign of a karmic relationship. This isn't your everyday tiredness, but rather a profound sense of being drained emotionally, mentally, and energetically. You might feel like you're running a marathon with no finish line in sight. The constant ups and downs, the misunderstandings, and the emotional roller coaster can leave you feeling depleted. It's as if the relationship is siphoning off your energy, leaving you with little to nothing for yourself or others. Next, we have the inability to let go. This is a tricky one because it often masquerades as dedication or commitment. But in reality, it's more about a deep-seated fear of being alone or of not being loved. You might find yourself making excuses to stay in the relationship despite its toxicity. You might convince yourself that things will get better or that you can change your partner. The truth, however, is that you're clinging to a relationship that's not serving your highest good. And finally, we come to the temporary nature of karmic relationships. While all relationships have the potential to end, karmic relationships are often specifically designed to be temporary. They serve a purpose, to teach you a lesson and to facilitate your growth. Once that purpose is fulfilled, the relationship often dissolves. This can be a difficult pill to swallow, especially when you've invested so much of yourself into the relationship. But remember, the end of a karmic relationship isn't a failure. It's a sign that you've learned what you needed to learn and you're ready to move forward. Recognizing these signs can help us understand the nature of our relationships and navigate them with more wisdom. As we journey through life, these insights can serve as guideposts, helping us to make choices that align with our highest self and ultimately lead us to the love and happiness we truly deserve. This. We've unraveled the signs of a karmic relationship, but what's the core essence of these relationships? Karmic relationships, at their heart, are profound connections between two individuals. These connections are believed to have been predestined, designed to help both parties learn critical lessons about love and personal growth within this lifetime. They are often compared to soulmate relationships, though they are typically more complex, entangled with unresolved issues from past lives, and not always harmonious. The essence of a karmic relationship, then, is not in its tranquility or ease, but in its ability to serve as a guide or teacher. These relationships push individuals towards growth at a soul level, often through challenging and tumultuous experiences. Like a crucible, they can be intense and heated, but the result is often a purified and stronger self. Remember those signs we discussed earlier: the drama, the early warnings, the highs and lows, the misunderstandings and frustrations. All these are part of the karmic relationship experience, and they all serve a purpose. They are not there to cause pain, but to highlight areas that require healing and growth. In a karmic relationship, you might feel like you're emotionally consumed, or you might find it hard to let go despite the challenges. You might notice repetitive patterns, or you might see your fears and negative behaviors coming to the surface. These are all signs pointing towards the lessons you are meant to learn. The beauty of these relationships lies in their impermanence. They are not designed to last forever, but to impart critical lessons and then make way for other relationships. This is why it's essential to focus on the learning and growth aspects, even when the relationship seems difficult. Remember, karmic relationships are not punishments, but opportunities for growth. So, next time you encounter a challenging relationship, ask yourself, what is it here to teach me? If you find this video helpful and insightful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit from this knowledge. Your support means the world to us.